Guys, electric cars have never been more affordable, particularly here in Australia. I know you guys in the US are kind of struggling right now because of all the EV incentives have been cancelled and manufacturers are saying they're going to cancel some of their EVs. And in addition to that, what else is happening is you've banned Chinese cars. The American government says it's going to put a blacklist on BYD. I don't know how they're going to do that because BYD employ thousands and thousands of staff in the United States. In California, they have factories there. It's been set up for decades. They sell trucks and buses and mobility vehicles in the US. But apparently the US government, Trump, doesn't know this. He's a dipshit and says they're going to blacklist BYD. So they're going to fire all these staff and get rid of them. I don't know. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, getting to the real story here, that is when you open up a market and it basically you allow car manufacturers to come in and sell what basically you have a free market. America used to be a free market. Everything's changed in the last few years. But when you do that, it brings prices down. Competition goes up and it means, well, ultimately customers get cars or get products in general that are the best possible prices. For example, guys, our solar here in Australia costs less than half what you guys pay in the United States, less than half. In fact, it's probably about 60% cheaper. It's amazing. Now, I'm not saying that the US should change its policies on China, but I am saying that the Xpeng G6 that I own now is unbelievable value. They've got a new discount on, $5,000 discount plus free servicing for 5 years. It's basically like a $10,000 discount. So we're talking now, the Xpeng G6, the long range version is 55,000 Australian dollars. That's 35,000 US dollars without any incentives for a Tesla Model Y. Basically, it's exactly the same size as a Tesla Model Y, right? With faster charging and no Tesla badge. You'd think some people might like that, yeah? Anyway, the Xpeng G6, guys, I've owned it now for, how long? I don't even remember now, at least a year. I've done about 17,000 kilometers on it. The long range version, 36,000 US dollars or 55,000 Australian dollars now. That has 570 kilometers of range, which is 354 miles of range. It has 290 kilowatt fast charging, but it'll hold that charge. So it actually will charge faster than a Porsche Macan EV or a Kia EV6 or a Hyundai Ioniq 5, which has 350 kilowatt charging because they just peak and they don't hold that charge. So it will hold that charge and it's actually the fastest charging EV you can buy in Australia. Well, that isn't until the new version comes and the Zeekr 7X. But anyway, in addition to that, this car is exactly the same size, identical to a Tesla Model Y. Same weight as well, pretty much the same weight because it used gigacastings. 2 massive gigacastings, plus it has a structural battery pack. I've been really happy with it. There's only been one thing go wrong with the car, and that is the rear seat belt. One of them, I can't push it in. I don't know what's happened to it, the little latch seat belt. Other than that, I love it. I could never go back to an internal combustion car. And to be honest, I've tested a lot of different EVs over the last 2 years, a lot. I've tested 3 more this week, literally 3. I've got a new one in my driveway right now that I'm testing. I haven't bought it. I'm just testing it to do a video review for you guys. But at this price, I think this is the best value car right now, period. Family car. 55,000 Australian dollars for a vehicle in this segment with that charging speed, with that range. I mean, it weighs 350 kilos less than the equivalent BYD Sealion EV. The efficiency is just much better. It's cheaper than a Sealion, but it has 100 kilometers more range and the charging speed is twice as fast. The efficiency is literally like 30% better. So anyway, there's that model. Then there's the standard range model. The standard range model comes with a lithium iron phosphate battery, has less range. It's got about 440 kilometers of range, WLTP, but that model is $5,000 cheaper. So that model is 50,000 Australian dollars, plus you're getting 5 years of free servicing. And that works out to 32,700 US dollars. So kind of shows you guys in the US what you're missing out on. 32,700 US dollars for what is pretty much a Tesla Model Y. It's very, very similar. Has the same stalk. It's very, very similar. And it's 32,600 US dollars and pretty much the same range as the base Tesla Model Y. Got pretty much the same fast charging, but it's what, like 10,000 US dollars cheaper. Yeah, it's the same in Australia. I mean, the Model Y is a great car, but it's a lot more expensive. Yeah, why is it so cheap? The Xpeng G6. Well, there's one very good reason. You probably already know what it is, and that is that the new model's coming. The new model's coming, I believe, at the end of January. I don't know if I meant to tell you that, but yeah, I think it's coming at the end of January. The new model, though, it is very similar. It's not much different. What are the differences? Well, the new model has a lithium iron phosphate battery in both the long range and the standard range. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'd even say that's necessarily a good thing, because the current long range model has more range. It has 570 kilometers of range, and the new long range will have 540. So it's got less range. So, I mean, yeah, it's not necessarily better in that way. The new model has a couple of little stylistic changes, which I don't know if you'd even notice much difference, to be honest, on the inside and the outside. The biggest change is just the charging speed. It's got faster charging speed. It's 450 kilowatt. Of course, there's not a whole lot of chargers that can do 450 kilowatt. But to be honest, I've never had a problem with the charging speed of my car. So, yeah, if it were me personally, at this price, it's a no-brainer. It's an amazingly good deal. Guys, I'm curious though, what do you think? Send me an email, contact@theelectricviking.com, or you can just, I'll put a link in the description to my Facebook page. You can friend me on Facebook and you can send me messages. Just give me your thoughts. If you're really in the industry, you're really looking for a car, or even if you just bought one, let me know what you think. Now, the tendency here is for people who have bought an EV that's a different model or something else recently, is to kind of throw shade. And that's quite common. That's called sunk cost bias. So obviously I have this car and I think it's great. But that said, I do think some other cars are good as well. I've also bought a Zeekr 7X. So I think that it's important to remember when we have sunk cost bias and when we see things in a way that is, on Facebook, you see a lot of comments from people slamming other cars because they have bought a certain car. Therefore, everything else is shithouse, except for the special car that they bought. That's quite common. But you know what I've actually found? I'm in a lot of Facebook groups. I've found that the Xpeng owners Facebook group is very positive, maybe the most positive in terms of owner feedback. And that kind of reflects my personal experience. My personal experience has been that the car's been fantastic, and I highly recommend it. So guys, let me know, what are your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.